So the rain was all real? I mean, obviously you can't control the weather, but that just made it that much more cool.
Yeah, it was fun. And we actually, that was an opportunity for us. We crafted our own fight scenes with our, like our stunt doubles and stuff. Cool. So that was pretty much, it was pretty much all of us. We actually we did, I don't think there were many pickups.
I think we used a lot of what we could do.
Yeah. So they choreographed it with us, which was great.
Very, very cool. John, while you're down here, I know you're finishing the message there. But, no, you can probably multitask with what I was going to say here. But you had the unique position of this not being the first foray into your Power Ranger career. Having just been a Ranger the previous year on SPD. I want to... go ahead. Give it up for Doggy Kruger and the cast of Power Rangers. They're great. They're great. That's it. But the question really is, you've been around the block now. You've seen a whole team of these youngsters do this thing. Yeah. And now it's happening again. And now you're the mentor a second time, but you've literally done that already. So how do you feel coming into this cast?
Well, I think
not comparing the people in the two casts. Just coming into the new generation.
Oh, this is my favorite cast.
Oh. Okay, if you're wanting to say that, it's fine. Yeah, I hear you. They're wonderful people. I completely agree.
Yeah, now I've worked on I've got to see probably 4 sets of Rangers go through, and they all have similar traits. Red Ranger is overcoming some type of insecurity and become the leader that he should be. Blue Ranger is the possible leader, but goes through his own dynamics. And then we have all the other colors. And when Not to take away from the importance of the other colors, but from a standpoint of a mentor, and I have played 2 mentors of 2 different casts, right? Mm-hmm. Saved the world many times in other movies, but listen, in this one, I felt when I come into this cast, they were already established. They made my job much easier. And I think the first one I had to wear a mechanical suit. I had other dimensions that I had to overcome and other insecurities I had to overcome. But with this one, I got to really play. And so with my first character, I based Doggy Kruger on General Patton, because I loved the movie and George C. Scott's performance, which was Oscar-worthy. I just imitated that, and then he was more of a mentor and a father figure and a warrior and a general. In this one, I based Solaris Knight on Russell Crowe's Maximus from Gladiator. And the thing is, like, I don't copy performances, but like sometimes an actor has these we have so much in our arsenal to choose from. So all I did was imitate certain leaders, and then because we had the formula, I came in. They were already 4 months in filming. They were bonded. I had to come in, and then all of a sudden they've got to take orders from a stranger. So I had to come in, and then I bonded with each and every one of them, especially this young man next to me. From that point on, it's important to build a friendship with your other actors. I don't care how cool you think you are, how rich you are. I think if you don't have that natural connection with the other actors, then the performance is unbelievable, and the camera doesn't lie, right?
It's true.
And so, me being the mentor on this one, they made the job easier, and I just got to be an older brother and an uncle to this cast. So yeah, that's me.
That's awesome. That's fantastic. Let's bring it back down this way. Now, Richie, you as the Green Ranger, the cool, fun, earthy Ranger there, you had the sort of the playing Xander going on. It was always fun. Yeah, everybody remembers playing Xander, right? Yeah. That was fun. Now, but if you wouldn't mind, it doesn't have to be a specific story, but you spent a lot of time on that record store set. And you were with Barney Duncan, who's probably a sailor in the language department. But, what was it, not what was it like specifically, but do you have a specific memory that you think back to on that set?
I feel like one of our first days shooting was on that set. The earthquake scene, yeah, one of the first scenes was one of the first things we ever shot. That was cool. I remember being really nervous about trying to make the right choices and worrying about overacting and underacting and then I remember we all got called into the producer's office like a week later, and he said, "You guys have not cut the mustard." Do you remember? We had to reshoot it.
Oh no.
We had to reshoot. Hey. Yeah,
I think they just reshot your stuff.
He said we were underacting and we weren't putting enough energy into it. And we
Is
had
that
to do
right?
some scenes again. Does no one remember that?
I don't.
He said you were underacting.
Yeah.
He said you
Well,
were
to-
underacting, or you were underacting?
No, I remember. I seriously remember this. Is no one going to back me up?
Do you know what I think though? I think
Busted anyway.
No, but do you know what? Okay, what I think is an interesting perhaps take on that is that because this cast was all Australian or New Zealanders,
Yeah.
and I think as a culture we're very relaxed, right? So I think we had to ramp up our like Americanness, you know, like give it some more because I think naturally we're a bit, I don't know,
And use
kinda
fake
underplay
accents for
things.
the most part too. I forgot they had you use accents that weren't natural.
Sure,
Except for
yeah.
you, Rich. Yeah.
Yeah. Mine wasn't good enough, so I had to. But I also rewatched it recently, but last year, and Barney Duncan was amazing.
So
I was
the
watching
Kramer
it just
vibes.
going,
Wasn't he
wow.
like Kramer? He was so good.
Yeah, so he blew me out of the water again. I hope I didn't get the shows mixed up with being told to redo it. Was it
Do you get told that a lot?
yeah, probably.
I think it did happen.
Yeah. I'm pretty sure you brought it up at the last con, and that's what I'm remembering it from.
Yeah, I think we did have to reshoot.
We got better.
But yeah,
I'm going to say I don't think it was just an us thing though. I think it was.
was it just us?
No, wasn't just a. No, I mean, I'm going to throw myself under the bus here. No. But it was about the actual. It was that scene in Rockporium. So it was not just us. It was the whole scene. So it was how it was directed.
Oh, I see.
And there wasn't enough like earthquake. Like there wasn't enough mass destruction happening. So. We're like, whoa, like what would be like with an earth tremor, but this had to be like really intense. Yeah.
And I remember Barney coming in and doing the whole ripping off the thing and all that, and we did that twice.
Yeah.
We did. Anyway.
And you
Okay,
improved,
let's move on.
and then they took the second one, and the rest was history. It was
and
it
then
was
the rest is
one
apparently
it
fine.
was one day of work 20 years ago.
Yes.
It's to be fair, I don't remember what I did 3 days ago at my job. It's understandable. We're almost ready for some audience questions, but Nick, I've got one down here first. The friendships that you and Vida had on the show, you and Angie, especially the vampire episode. That was a really fun dynamic and a fun friendship, and I'd like you to touch on that to whatever you feel like touching on that in a moment, but also, how much or different are you from your character, Chip?
Oh, I'm a very sort of thoughtful, smart, generous person.
I'm hearing some laughter.
I don't know. I think I am a lot like Chip. I think it was quite easy to be Chip. I was very into like fantasy and I lived a lot of my childhood in my own head. So the idea of being this kind of quite excitable, nerdy character was quite easy. Although I did like my natural state is quite like chill as hell, man.
Yeah.
And it was definitely like I had to ramp that up and be, and find the character of Chip. So I guess, but he's a lot like me in some ways. I think apparently the producers like as soon as they saw me, they're like, yeah, this guy is Chip. They didn't even have to really watch my audition. They was like, yeah, this little guy, yeah, he's Chip. Yeah.
That's perfect. And I will say, of all the seasons, obviously Power Rangers has different nostalgia levels for who sees what season when. But objectively pulling that out, I think the rewatchability factor for your show is one of the better ones from beginning to end. To see character arcs in development and growth and just epicness and different things. Questions are answered, stuff happens in your show that, not that other seasons are less dimensional, but they are less dimensional. Quite in that situation. So thanks for being a part of all
Oh,
that.
no worries. And also to say that episode with me and Angie, that was my favourite one to do. Because,
Was it cool?
Yeah, because it had like a nice dramatic arc to it, and we were already like really good friends. I mean, we started living together. I think it was after that, like towards. I basically ran out of money because I lived in the hotel for about 6 months or something. I think they expected us to move into like cheaper places, but I'd never lived anywhere that wasn't my own family house. So I was like, can I live in the hotel? And they were like, yeah, if you want. And so I was just like paying just like spending all my money on this hotel. So then we played it together and it was great, yeah. But yeah, it was awesome.
A lot of people are under the misconception that Power Rangers make a lot of money.
It was like, I mean, I was 18, it was like I was a millionaire. I felt like I was losing my mind.
Yeah.
But I didn't know how to do anything. Like, I never lived out of my house, so I went to the supermarket and I bought like $200 worth of food, and I didn't know how to cook any of it. I remember I made like 10 spaghetti and I put eggs in it, and then it was disgusting.
You learned what not to do though if you ever try it again. That's awesome. All right, friends, I think it's probably